San Sebastian is the longest objective map in Guns and Blackpowder, averaging around 15 to 18 minutes to complete. This video is meant to explain to you how you can complete it in less than 12 minutes. You will need a minimum of 6 people. At least one person should be either infantry or a sapper. The rest should be officers. If you find yourself struggling with walking through the tighter spaces of the map, you can swap out one of the officers for a chaplain to make it easier. As the infantry class, you can either wield the musket or the carbine. The musket's bayonet will do your team wonders in all situations, while the carbine shove can be pretty useful if you and your teammates get overwhelmed. Use any secondary you'd like, though the heavy saber is mostly recommended due to its high damage and range. If the infantry class isn't your style, you can swap out for a sapper instead. Avoid using the spade, as you'll need the high damage of either the axe or the pickaxe to make certain sections easier. Plus, you'll be building stakes most of the time. 2 or 3 of the players should have grenades equipped to make clearing out rooms a lot easier in case a chaplain, if you have one, doesn't have their crucifix available at any point. For officers, which pistol a person should use is dependent on the team's performance. If the team can easily handle bombers and igniters no matter the situation, the brass pistol can see great use as it builds charge efficiently. If not, either the single barrel or the double barrel pistol can be used instead. When the map begins, if you spawn on the first floor, you can exit the prison by breaking the windows open and jumping through them. Look out for bombers and shoot them first. Officers should be the main ones attacking zombies in order to build charge. Players who are not officers can attack in case anyone gets grabbed or pinned. Only one person is needed to lift the gate. Once the gate is lifted, officers should be in front to build charge. Shoot bombers as soon as possible if you see them. If an officer already has full charge at this point, they can activate it to quickly reach the first bunker. A grenade can be thrown to get rid of zappers and bombers around the corner, but if you want to play it safe, if you have a chaplain, they can use their crucifix to make it easier to build charge in this area. When reaching the gunpowder shed, immediately light it. One person should be going on ahead and breaking the wooden doors open. Avoid using charge at this part until you reach the winding path. Once you've done so, use all charges available. Once the runner horde spawns, you can use 1 or 2 grenades to wipe them all out. Or if the chaplain hasn't used their crucifix already, you can activate it to allow officers to build charge if they didn't have any for the winding path. This should make it faster to reach the lift. There should always be 4 people on the wheel at all times. The only person who shouldn't be on it is the infantry or the sapper. The infantry can easily solo the incoming horde. Meanwhile, a sapper can place 2 stakes to hold out the area, though this will be difficult to handle igniters. The second person not on the wheel should be an officer to help out with shooting bombers and igniters in case the infantry or the sapper is not able to kill them. Once the barrels have reached the top, the 2 people who are fighting the zombies, plus 1 person, preferably the chaplain, should be pushing the barrels while all the officers can build charge. Once the barrels reach the wall, at least 2 officers should be shooting at them to blow up the wall. Before the wall blows up though, everyone should return to their previous position with 1 person jumping down to get the hay bale. The person going down should either be a chaplain or an officer with full charge. Repeat the same process once the hay bale reaches the top. Upon reaching the street, 2 charges can be called to activate the horde event. If you have a chaplain, they can use their crucifix to make this part easier. If the team decides to keep 1 person behind in order to prevent the dynamic spawn, it should be either the infantry or an officer who had recently spent their charge. Play as normal, shoot igniters, and fight zappers carefully. Once the horde event is done, a charge should be called to go up the inn. When the window on the top floor is broken, an officer should be ready to shoot bombers on the rooftops with another person cooking a grenade. The person cooking the grenade should be ready to throw it down the hole. A chaplain can also use their crucifix in order to make this section easier to get to the fort. Upon reaching the fort, a charge can be called in order to reach the rocket. Immediately light up the rocket and go through. Watch out for potential bombers around the corner of the blown up gate. Shoot any bombers within the next area and push open the next gate. Once the push gate opens, a charge can be called here in order to reach the 3rd and final gate. Avoid using charge once you reach the locks, as the diagonal swing during charges prevents you from hitting them. Only spend charge after the lock gate opens in order to begin the final horde event. From here on out, you can discuss who is able and willing to sacrifice depending on who has a lot of health remaining and their ability to hold off solo or with another person. At least 1 person can be sent down to escape on the boat. Play the finale as normal. That's how you speedrun San Sebastian.